Alright everybody, I'm about to do a review on the AI Lightshow. So this is going to be an honest review. There's going to be some good stuff in here, some bad stuff, all the good stuff. So it's going to be a little dark in here because I definitely want to be able to have the lights off, show you what I got going on. Now, I've been using this thing, I've been going back and forth with tech support, I've been going back and forth with sales guys, and anyways, we'll dive into it. I got my small light set up that I bring to every single one of my shows, no matter what, every single one of my weddings, family nights, all that kind of thing. So it's a 4-in-1 light. It has a strobe light, it has your lasers, gobos, and kind of like a disco light kind of thing, right? I got 2 wash lights, okay? Now this is going to be the setup I'm going to run with today, just to kind of show you what I got going on, right? So we're going to go ahead and dive into this. I'm going to get me over there to the chair over there, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what exactly goes into this. So, all right, so I'm just going to run through some of this stuff real quick. I didn't really have a background on DMX. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. Kind of all the promotional material I saw around this unit kind of made it seem like, hey, you know, you don't really have to know a lot. You just kind of got to, you know, buy the unit, you know, plug some stuff in, and, you know, input a few little things, and hey, you should be good to go. And it's not like that. Not at all. Not at all. So if you know a little bit about DMX, this unit's going to be really cool for you. If you don't really know about DMX, there's going to be a learning curve. Okay. I got this over the Maestro DMX because I wanted the ability to be able to have some hands-on control, such as strobe and those kind of things right here in a unit, and have the unit do all the processing and everything for me. That way I don't take anything away from my computer. So that was kind of the whole idea why I didn't you know, roll with like the DMX controls out of like a FLX10 or something like that. So anyways, I'm going to just basically go over some real quick basics here. Now, the gain and the trigger level here, that sets the gain of the volume coming in. The trigger level sets the level for when it triggers. Noticeability is pretty minor among being able to, you know, go up and down with the trigger. The brightness sometimes seems to affect some of the brightness on the lights. Sometimes it doesn't. It's almost like when you get all the way to the bottom, it just kind of cuts it all off. And then the speed, I haven't noticed any difference with anything with the speed. So I can't really tell you that the speed is doing much myself. It's cool because you can set scenes if you want to set up DMX scenes and stuff like that. If you have worked in DMX before, you know what I'm talking about. Then you got some of the stuff like pause, reset, sync, manual trigger, and this FX hit right here is really cool because you can use that for like smoke machine or cold spark, something like that. Now I haven't used it at all. The fog machine that I have is not DMX controllable, so I haven't had a chance to really mess with that. Strobe, blackout, whiteout, lock, max, normal, mood, those types of things. So I'm not going to get into the software. I might make a video about the software. If y'all are having trouble, if y'all have got this unit, you're having trouble getting the software figured out and kind of how to get all the lights put in there, I just went through all this stuff. I can tell you in a very layman term way on how to get all your lights, multi-unit lights and regular lights in there, how to get them all set up. The feedback that I got from the company, AI Lightshow, was okay. They responded. Awesome, because companies don't always necessarily respond. Okay, so great that they responded. Once I got the product in hand, it was a little bit less like customer service. Like once I got the product, they were like, well, if you don't like it, then just return it. And that's kind of a shitty thing to say to somebody who just bought your product, who's trying to figure out how to use it, you know? So, you know, and then they basically were like, well, you could just, you know, submit each one of your units, but we have a laundry list of units to try to go through, so it's going to take forever to get. But I bought the unit, I'm trying to use it now, you know what I mean? So it was very they sent me one video how to program a Parcan light. So I mean, I guess, you know, a thumbs up there. I mean, you get an A for effort in that department, but kind of just like a real brushing off, you know. I was kind of not impressed, but I was happy that they replied. So, you know. But anyways, if you guys are having trouble getting lights programmed in here, you're watching this video, leave a comment down below. Let me know that that's what you want to see. I'll do a video of how you go about programming all these lights, and I'll speak to you in a real easy to understand, real digestible way of programming these lights. Because I don't think that it's done anywhere, and I think that the overall idea is that, oh, this is pretty simple. Like, you just take your little pamphlets here and you just put the DMX stuff in there, but this stuff doesn't correlate to the software like that, especially if you got, Chinese lights, or the cheaper lights, if you got the DMX, or if you've got all like the 80J and stuff like that, then great, what I mean? It should be in there, good to go. But, most of us are working on a budget. Most of us got, the more of like the Chinese lights, the unbranded lights, So, anyways, if you guys want that, leave it in the comments. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to bring you over to the wall and we're going to see what the lights do. Okay. What I have right now is I have it set on the lock for the blackout. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off the block for the lockout for the blackout. I have it on mood, which is the lowest. So that's the least intense setting. I'm going to mess around with the between the mood, normal, and max. I'll show you whiteout, you'll see that. I'll show you blackout, you'll see that. And then I'll also show you like the strobe feature and stuff like that as well. So you'll kind of get an idea. It doesn't really strobe on its own. That's kind of a unit, or that's kind of a setting that you control, which is actually kind of nice because you don't want it to over strobe and feel too intense. So it's kind of nice that they leave that as a static element up to you to be able to utilize. There is some flashing, but I haven't seen it like strobe hardcore, So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get this going. You'll see it on the back wall here. And like I said, start on mood, roll into normal, roll into max. Just using some cover songs off of YouTube. So hopefully there's no copyright scratch, but you'll get an idea. Okay, so we'll put it on mood. Okay. Mood. There you go. Strobe, normal. See, there's some little bit of lag in there and stuff. Doesn't quite pick up everything all the time. Okay, max. Once again, we'll strobe it. There's a little bit of timing with it that you have to learn, Put white out. Okay. And then black out. Okay, you need to set these to lock. So it's on a blackout lock. Okay, if I click blackout again and come back, I can click whiteout, click lock. Now it stays locked on whiteout. Okay, click whiteout again and boom, we're back. Okay. Alright, I'll sum it up since we're reaching about 10 minutes here. But the unit's cool. All right, the unit's really helpful out in the field for having a better light show than just sound, you know. And I don't really want to have to learn DMX and try to control the whole thing. I don't want to do it. I'd rather have something like this. So to me, the unit is worth it. The help afterwards was really meh, you know. Like I said, happy that they reply, but for a unit like this and what you pay for it, I don't know if they're understaffed or if it's like or what it is. I know they're out of New Hampshire where I'm at. Won't let me come down and pick up the unit in person. Took forever to get here. But anyways, it company-wise, it's rough. Okay. Don't expect them to handhold it all, which is why I said if you guys have any concerns or anything, you guys want me to do anything, like show you guys how to program this stuff, I have no problem doing it. But I don't want to do it unless you guys are having some issues. But like I said, if you already know DMX and kind of understand it, it shouldn't be too hard to kind of put everything together. My whole thing was kind of, I had to learn at least some of the lingo, like the way they have it all lined up here, how to set lights for different sections and stuff. So this is my small light setup. My big light setup, I did 2 separate rigs set up for it, and then I did a rig where they're set up together, and then I did this one too. So I can bring 3 different small rigs, or I can bring 1 big rig, you know what I mean, and have it run, and I have all the presets saved in here. So I've been doing a bunch of work and stuff. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I honestly think in reality this product should be somewhere in the ballpark of $500 to $700, and they want $1,000 for it. I just don't think it's quite there. However, somebody who wants to have a good light show like me, and I don't know all of DMX. I mean, look, this is the DMX controller I bought a while ago, a Rockville one. It's still sealed in the box. You know what I mean? I already invested more time into this than I was anticipating, you know? I just don't have the time to sit down and do it, you know? Between real estate, my travel agency, and the DJ stuff, and then also still kind of working, you know, as a driver. I just don't got the time for it, you know? So this helps. I like this. I just think it's a little overpriced for your average person. But once again, if you need a light show and you're running a DJ company and, you know what I mean, you want it more than just on sound mode, and you want the lights to like work together, like all your par lights and stuff, once you figure it out and you get everything programmed, it's hands off. And it's not like, oh, well, now I got to go back and try to program different scenes, and I got to run different scenes. It's easier than the DMX controller. It's nicer. It's also more expensive. So take that with a grain of salt. But there's no affiliate links. There's no kickback or anything I get. There's no discount code. There's nothing like that. So I had it suggested to me to not get the pack where they, you know, do all the stuff for me, learn how to do it myself. I wasn't happy about having to do it myself because it was like, it would turn into a bigger mess afterwards to get the pack where you can have them install it for you, do all the work. The guy told me you should do it yourself, that way you can learn, and if you ever need to adjust anything, you can do it yourself. He's 100% right. 100% right. Doesn't change the fact that learn how to do it yourself came with an excruciating headache, because he's like, do it yourself before I get the product. Hey, don't buy this, just get this and then try to figure out yourself. Okay, cool. And then I asked for a little bit of help, and it was literally like the least amount of help I could possibly get. And I basically spent days troubleshooting, and finally got it figured out. So I actually almost busted that open to learn what things were doing what, so I could try to sit them better in there. And there's still a bunch of stuff in there I don't know, I don't understand, I just don't, right? But the lights I got them working. They feel like they're working right. Maybe these guys at AI Lightshow would be like, no, they're not operating correctly, but they're flashing. My disco lights are working at the same time. All of my pars are working as I spread across and come on back and stuff. Like, everything seems to be working great. I got my lasers going at the same time, even though they're on different. Like, I got it figured out, I think, for the most part. Few little hiccups, like whenever I was doing whiteout, it would still show a symbol up on the wall. It'd be nice if that didn't show at all. You know what I mean? Like, some things that I don't really know because I'm not into DMX, but I got it operating. I'm not really planning on using whiteout a whole lot. By the time the lights come on, we're in reception mode for the most part. We're rolling. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's basically my my thought in the end. I will have a link to AI Lightshow down there, but it's not an affiliate link or anything like that. But yeah, that's the honest review. So if you've been looking at this unit, there's my honest feedback. So video's pretty long. We're going to cut it out. See you in the next one.